let's talk about ancillary. So let's explain what we mean by ancillary market.
Ancillary generally means anything after theatrical. And of course, the primary revenue stream is some sort of those two of them. There's video on demand, and there's usually the second one is subscription video on demand.
SVOD.
Netflix.
Yep. Hulu.
Amazon. And Amazon, yes, exactly. So someone, and probably not you, has got to get you set up your VOD, which is quite complicated, by the way. It's a real roadmap.
Yeah.
It's not one call.
Nope.
So you got to go to somebody who knows.
And the deliverables are very specific.
That's true, too. And probably that same company can set up a Netflix or Amazon type deal for you as well. And those companies are generally known as aggregators.
So let's talk about aggregators versus sales agents. And can you sometimes get it 2 in 1?
Most sales agents are focused on the kill. They want the big advance, and they want to be involved with the big company. And they tend to go cold on you if things don't go that way,
they can't drum up interest
in a fairly short amount of time, unless they have talent that they represent involved. Then they'll stick with you longer. Yeah, but at the point where the sales agents say, sorry, it's just not going to quite make the cut. And that, if you're in Sundance and Toronto, that doesn't usually happen too much. But wherever you are, if the sales agent's repping you and they just can't do something with it, the next step is to move on to an aggregator. And, companies like Gravitas, New Video, which is now Cinedom, used to do quite a bit of this.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much they're still doing because they've kind of progressed into more of an all-rights distribution company. There's a few others out there.
Yeah, Orchard, would you say? Have they moved into it?
Again, they may have been doing some of that, but they've been extremely aggressive on the acquisitions front, paying big advances.
Yeah, really making a presence in that.
Yeah. So I wouldn't call them a pure aggregator. They're more of a distributor.
So that actually brings up a really great point, again, about getting that, that heat, getting aggregators, excited, getting sales agents excited. So let's talk about markets, because a lot of times you'll see a film premiere at Sundance in January, and then you won't see the theatrical for anywhere from 12 to 18 months.
Could be as much as that, yeah.
Or you'll start to see a film run the circuit. So if you see it premiere at Sundance, you'll see it do a screening in Cannes.
Yeah.
Or, a screening in Toronto.
But the screening in Cannes tends to be, if it's really a good film,
it'll be in competition.
Cannes actually rarely takes anything off Sundance. But if a foreign sales agent has picked the film up, they might put it in the Cannes
screening in the market. Right. So let's talk about markets, because I know that there's a really specific window that filmmakers have to have that heat, right? To have that excitement and the buzz around your film. So if a film is acquired in January, would you say the next big market that a sales agent has to really push that film would be Berlin? EFM?
That often happens, where a company will pick something up at Sundance and rush it right into Berlin.
Right.
A foreign sales company.
Right. Yeah. Or if it's domestic, if something has an LA Film Fest premiere, the next logical market would be the American film market.
Well, you don't want to do, once you've made your sale to a distributor domestically, they're in charge of what festivals it goes into from that point in. You have to sign your baby over.
Right.
And then maybe you make a deal with a foreign sales agent to handle the rest of the world, and they will work with you. If they're your sales agent on the foreign side, they'll work with you as to what festivals it goes into. If they actually put up an advance and they're your they actually own the film for a period of time, if you will, then they have more say over what festivals it goes into. Also, I'd make one more point. They may sell it to the UK, and a UK distribution company may make the decision whether it goes into the London Film Festival or something or not.
Right.
Yeah.
So great. Let's talk about festivals and about once you sign over those rights. Essentially, let's just use Cohen, right? So if I sell my film to you because you're Cohen Media, and it's fall, and I have already agreed to let the film be screened in 3 more festivals over the next 3 months. What is your strategy for me? Are you going to tell me for your strength and distribution that I should maybe pull it from a smaller festival? How do you work with filmmakers?
If you've already committed to a smaller festival and we buy the movie out of a big festival, I'm going to insist you pull it out of that smaller festival.
Wow.
Most likely.
And can that, again, there's no, you can't say anything wrong.
We.
You would request, right, in the contract. So there's no right or wrong answer here, and there's no, but
there's never a right or wrong answer.
Oh, no, I was just saying my next,
No, what I'm saying, though, is that this is not an exact science.
It's different with every film. It's different with every distributor.
Yeah.
But can that hurt filmmakers to get a reputation for being told to pull your festival?
I would not, if I were talking to a independent producer, I would not commit to any festivals on your own except for Sundance and Toronto until you've really exhausted the domestic sales agent possibilities. And then you go to plan B, which is what we discussed.
Right.
Maybe doing some of your own mid-sized festivals, maybe doing something with an aggregator.
Okay.